Welcome to Book Review with myself, Tsidiso. This is my first of many, and I'm so excited. So my book review, it's called 5 Under 5. This is where I'll be looking into sharing 5 lessons that I've picked up from the book that I'll be dealing with on that day, just under 5 minutes. So today we're looking at none other but Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Here are the interesting facts before I get to my 5 lessons about the book. Number 1, the book was published firstly in 1937. Number 2, it took Napoleon Hill 20 years of research. Number 3, he interviewed not less than 500 men and women within that period of 20 years before he could actually publish this very same book that you're seeing on your screen. But you know what's an interesting part about this? This book still rings true even this day. I've lost count as to how many times I've actually paged on this book, but every single time when I do, something new springs out of it. It's a beautiful gem. Let's move then to the 5 lessons that I picked up out of it. Before I get to it though, this book consists of 13 principles that will make sure that you become successful. I'm just going to mention them before I share the 5 that I find very, very dear to my heart. I'm just going to read the 13 principles. Number 1, desire. Number 2, faith. Number 3, autosuggestion. Number 4, specialized knowledge. Number 5, imagination. Number 6, organized planning. Number 7, decision. Number 8, persistence. Number 9, mastermind. Number 10, sex transmutation. Number 11, subconscious. Number 12, the brain. And number 13, the sixth sense. Now let's then dive into my 5 lessons just under 5 minutes. Number 1, mindset. Thinking. Your thoughts. For this phone to be, someone thought about it. For the clothes that you have on your back, someone thought about them. It started firstly as an idea. Nothing, mark my words, nothing happens in this world without thinking. Even if you are not aware that every single position that you're sitting in or every single thing that you're experiencing happened because of your thought, you better believe it that it is your own doing. Every single thing that you are facing started with a thought. So it is very important that you harness. It is very critical that you control, you govern this faculty, because if you don't control your mind will control you. Number 2, desire. This is very close to my heart because it's quite personal. When I started with this business 4 years ago, I bent my boats. I cut my options because we find a lot of people that delve or dive into business ventures, into relationships, and in any other things, having an option. That actually limits your action. That actually limits your enthusiasm because you know even if it fails, you still have something to fall back on. So you will probably have heard about the story about somebody that went to conquer the other island, but when they got there, he bent their boats. It's exactly what we need to do. We have to be in it to win it. It's a win or win. It's a sink or swim. No one is coming to rescue but yourself. Third one, the sixth sense. I mentioned when I started that there are 13 principles that have been detailed on this book. Sixth sense happened to be the last one. So before you understand what sixth sense means, you have to fully comprehend the 12 principles that are coming before it. Because sixth sense comes about by maturity, comes about by a thorough soul searching, comes about by you traveling the journey. My words will not do justice to explain to you. Even if you read the book, you will see that before you understand the first 12 principles, this chapter will not mean much to you. But after being in this journey for a longest of time, then it will start meaning something to you. The fourth one, the brain. Nothing happens in this world but by thought. I've already touched on that. But what is the machine behind the thoughts? It is a beautiful organ that is called the brain. This is an organ that has not less than 100 billion amount of neurons. These are the brain cells with quadrillions amount of connections and thoughts. As I'm speaking to you right now, you are busy thinking about what you're going to be cooking tonight. Where is your partner? Where are your children? When are you going to get checked up? When are you getting paid? All these other things, you can't stop it. But it becomes a beautiful organ if you can be able to control it. Interesting fact about the brain. We are processing as human beings not less than 70,000 thoughts per day. So now you can just imagine this is a beautiful machine, and if you can't be able to control it, you are in trouble. The last one, sex. The first time when I read this book, I think it was 2007, I could not understand this chapter. I could not understand what does he mean, because one of the things that he used to say was the people that are successful either in terms of money or being content are very highly sexually charged. So this is what he means with this, as I've been understanding after studying a little bit of anatomy and physiology to check that there are chemicals that are flowing or making us human beings. So now misuse of these chemicals might leave you wanting, but if you know how to control and direct these chemicals, you will transmute all the energy into something productive. So instead of going around misunderstanding this chapter, thinking it's all about sleeping around and having multiple amount of partners, that's not what it means. Don't get too excited about it. It means instead of you focusing only on discharging your sexual desires by engaging in a sexual act itself, you need to transmute, meaning convert that desire and energy into something else. If you want to write a book, convert to that. If you want to conceptualize a beautiful idea, convert to that. That is why when it comes to athletes, before they engage into their sport of choice, they go to a camp. Before they actually engage into the sport of choice, they get secluded from the general public for a period of minimum of 2 days, or at least. That is how it used to be done. There's a reason or there's a science behind that. You need to conserve all the hormones. You need to conserve all the chemicals so that you can be able to direct them into something that you want to engage yourself in. Thank you very much for sticking around. Let me know how this book review went. And if you have any other book that you want me to look into, please don't hesitate to let me know. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you guys on a second book review. I will let you